here. These are just a few examples of the over 8,000 movies Universal has made over the years. You know, one of my favorite movies of all time is not posted here. You folks might remember this classic from the 1940s.
I have the room ready for you, Mrs. Barrington.
Thank you.
Did you hear that? Mrs. Barrington.
Not quite, darling, but soon. Very, very soon. Hello.
Yes?
Every bottle of champagne sent to the room at once. And make sure that we are not disturbed for any reason.
Okay, I've got a confession to make here. This is not a classic from the 1940s. But it is a classic example of how we use our sound stages to create any interior sets we need for our productions.
Great. Excellent.
See, right now we're coming out of the front lawn of Universal Studios. This is where our 35 sound stages are located. Coming up on the left, we're going to drive right by Stage 12. It's our largest sound stage. Currently, it's home of The Voice that airs on NBC.
Hi everybody, I'm Carson Daly from NBC's The Voice. I want to welcome you to the Universal Front Lot. Our show is filmed on Stage 12. It happens to be the largest soundstage on the Universal lot. Take a look.
Yeah, here's some other large sets we built inside Stage 12. Yeah, we filmed countless TV shows and movies here. Chelsea Lately's on Stage 1. Here to the left, we're going to drive by Stage 25. Home of CSI, Crime Scene Investigation. They're also using Stages 24, 23, and 22. You'll see those around the corner. This is an episode of CSI that filmed all over the Universal Studio lot. We'll be seeing a lot of these sets on the tour today. Inside 25, that's the morgue set for CSI. Next door at 24 is the crime lab set. At the very end of the road, that's where they build sets and props for upcoming episodes.
You want CSI, right? Nope.
On the right side, you're going to see Stage 28. It's our oldest soundstage. It was built way back in 1924 for the Paris Opera House sets, for the Phantom of the Opera story. Here's some other creepy characters we've seen in 28. You know, we even built the Grinch's Cave in 28 from Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. And later on the tour, we're going to drive you guys right through Whoville from that film, too. Now, we're turning again. Coming up on the left is Stage 27. Currently, it's home of the Mindy Project that airs on Fox. But here are some other large sets that were built inside Stage 27.
Whatever the reason, his heart or his shoes, he stood outside his cave, hating the Who.
Hey guys, coming up on the right, you're going to see more sound stages where we film even more television series, including Sean Saves the World, starring Sean Hayes, and Parenthood. Those shows air on NBC. Universal is now a part of NBC. We're now NBC Universal. We have a host of cable networks too, like the E! Network, the USA Network, Sci-Fi, Bravo, Telemundo, the Golf Channel, the Weather Channel, Oxygen, CNBC, MSNBC, and NBC Sports, just to name a few. Did you guys see the Minions back there?
Yeah.
This April, we're opening the new Minions ride at Universal Studios Hollywood. It's going to be called Minions Mayhem, so you're going to have to come back and see it spring break. Hey, we've got a couple of new TV shows filming right now, too. They'll be airing later this year on NBC. About a Boy is being directed by John Favreau. It's going to star Minnie Driver and Growing Up Fisher. You guys might be wondering where all these TV shows and movies come from. You know, a lot of them get started in these little houses on the left here. These are bungalows for some of the top writers, producers, and directors in Hollywood. In fact, these bungalows are where you can find the home of Illumination Entertainment. They produced hits like Despicable Me, Hop, The Lorax, and Despicable Me 2. In the early days, these houses were the dressing rooms to the stars. Stars like Ronald Reagan, Lucille Ball, Rock Hudson, Doris Day, Mr. Potato Head. Yeah, you'll see Mr. Potato Head coming up on your left here. The toy company Hasbro has a production deal with our studio. We made a movie based on one of their board games, Battleship. Right now they're working on Ouija. They're making a movie based on the Ouija board. Next door, these are the production offices of Dino Productions. You can see they have their new show on NBC, Hannibal. Hey, that name sounds familiar. Everybody, look to the right. You'll see the best-looking movie stars at Universal Studios today. Look at those good-looking people over there. Well, now we're going to leave the front lot. We're going to take all of you to the back lot where we film outside or exteriors. Here, you'll be seeing hundreds of facades. These are just the fronts and the sides of buildings. To the left here, you'll see our metropolitan or city sets. Right now, we're heading up the hill to Skull Island from Peter Jackson's King Kong.
It's the original King Kong that made me want to direct movies. I saw that movie on TV when I was about 8 or 9 years old, and I wanted to become a filmmaker. I like films that just take you away from your real life and sweep you up in adventure. Kong literally does that. I mean, you're on board the ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from, prehistoric times. So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Skull Island. It's great to have you along for the ride. Now, we have created this 3D immersive experience, so you're going to have your glasses ready. Don't put them on yet, but just have them in your hand because we're about to return to Skull Island.
And welcome to Skull
Okay, glasses on everybody. We're back in Skull Island. Most intense 3D experience on the planet.
rest of the tour. Just hold on to those. When we get back, we'll find a bench. That was awesome, right? Just some of the latest. You just saw here 16 projectors projecting a high-definition 3D image on those two giant screens. Peter Jackson and his effects company, Wedded Digital in New Zealand, designed this attraction. They did the special effects for films like Avatar, The Hobbit trilogy, and Avatar 2. Here's a little bit about the making of King Kong 360 3D.
With a project like the studio tour, the audience is in the middle of the environment. They're looking in all directions. There's creatures coming at them. They're seeing Kong from this side and T-Rexes from the other side.
Working on a movie, we always know people are looking. They're looking straight ahead. They're looking at the shot that we're working on.
Here you have to take into account that people are looking in all directions.
Also, one of the things about this ride, unlike the movies that we're used to working on, there's no cuts because it's one giant shot. This tram that's driving along through Skull Island is where the camera's from. This ring represents where the screen is 10 meters away.
We're really creating about 50 minutes of a feature film. That amount of visual information, that number of pixels, and presenting them to the audience. It's a hell of a ride.
Hey, now we're moving deeper into our 415-acre lot. Universal is the largest studio in Hollywood. On the left, you'll see where we store some of our props. These are larger props like tables and boats, statues, and things like that. Later, we'll show you the regular prop warehouse. But don't put your cameras down yet. On the left, you're going to see some very famous picture cars. There's Kit, the new Knight Rider car. You'll see Magna PI's Ferrari. And look, there's Biff's convertible from Back to the Future. There's a couple of futuristic cars here from Back to the Future Part 2. Look, there's Fred and Barney's car from the Flintstones with John Goodman. And a few Fast and Furious fans. Coming up, you're going to see some vehicles from the Fast and Furious films, including the flip car from the latest film, Fast and Furious 6. That's out on DVD and Blu-ray right now. There's some Transformers vehicles coming up, and you'll see the black Dodge Charger that Vin Diesel drives from Fast and Furious. And just up ahead, you're going to see vehicles and props from the Jurassic Park films. Right now, Universal is working on Jurassic Park. It's called Jurassic Park. It's hard to believe the first Jurassic Park film is already 20 years old.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Here's a scene from Jurassic Park 3. You'll see this boat coming up on the right side, just up ahead. Here's a scene from the second film, The Lost World Jurassic Park. The RV is coming up on your left, as well as this dinosaur hunter vehicle, the Humvee. Well, guys, on the right, we got some broken cages here. I think our dinosaurs got loose. Everybody just keep your eyes open. Ah, look out! They're heading towards the back cars. Look out, guys! Hey, we're not finished with the water here. We got a pretty nice day to get wet here. Let's check in with Al Roker from NBC's Today Show. Let's see what's going on with the weather.
Hi everybody, here's today's forecast for the Universal Backlot. It's going to be sunny and dry at 6 Points, Texas. Cool and cloudy in Little Europe. Expect snow and sleet on New York Street. And we've got a high chance of fog and precipitation for Skull Island, Amity Island, and Isla Nublar. That's your forecast for today. Now here's a look at what's going on in your neck of the lot.
We're going to have flash flood warning. That's the sun on the left here, guys. You know what? I think they're just working on weather effects. We should be up here. You might recognize this set. It was a big film here. Frankie Muniz and Ann Devines and Paul Giamatti. Hey, look at weather effects. I see something. Hey, we're stopped here. If you really like that, want to stand up? We have sprinklers hitting the Uh-oh, guys, I forgot. This set has been known for flash floods when we get too much rain. This set was built on the hill. In the back corners, can you keep your eyes open for flash floods coming down the hill? I think we should.
Yeah.
No, guys, it's too late! There's a flash! Where's the back?
There you go.
The flood was created by releasing 10,000 gallons of water from a tank at the top of the hill. After the water goes under the bridge, it's pumped right back up into the tank. Okay, let's take our seats. Folks, this next set's pretty cool too. This next set was the island of Tortuga in Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean. Curse of the Black Pearl. This was the pirate island. This is where Johnny Depp kept getting slapped by all those ladies. He probably deserved it. This set was also a South American village in Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. It's been in countless TV shows. And just north of the border is 6 Points, Texas. This is our largest and oldest Western set. We filmed a lot of classic Westerns here. In fact, on this street, we've seen a lot of classic gunfights. You might remember this one.
This town ain't big enough for the both of us, Jimmy Fallon.
Well, I ain't going anywhere, Jimmy Fallon.
Now look here. Nice folks in this tram don't want no trouble. They just want to check out 6 Points, one of the oldest sets on the Universal line.
I hear this is where John Wayne and Jimmy Stewart shot a few of their westerns.
That's right. That's where I aim to shoot you.
Looks like we got ourselves a Mexican standoff. Lucky shot.
Now what say you mount up and get out of town while the getting's good?
All right. I'll see you again, Fallon.
Oh, you can count on it, Fallon. Again.
This is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
We just have to talk it out, that's all.
Okay, now we're going to leave a set where we filmed classic Westerns. We want to show all of you where we filmed a couple of classic Universal horror movies and thrillers. Look to the right side here. You're going to see a lake. That was the Amazon River and the creature from the Black Lagoon, starring Julie Adams and Richard Carlson. And where's the Gill Man? Ah, there he is. I love those California mountains in the background. It's just like the Amazon. You can see these mountains here as we turn here on the right. It's hard to move those. This lake is also where Norman Bates dumped his victim's body in the Psycho. It's kind of a notorious lake. And just around the corner up ahead, you're all going to see an actual miniature model. It's from Peter Jackson's King Kong. You're going to see this model of the ship, the Venture, approaching Skull Island. Earlier, we saw some of Peter Jackson's computer effects. Miniatures like this are called practical effects. This film won 3 Academy Awards for Best Visual Effects. You'll get to see one of them just around the corner up here. We'll be using our Red Sea area. What we're going to do is we're going to take all of you down to sea level. You'll have the same camera view the film crew had. But I think we got a problem here, guys. It looks like we're going to all have to part the Red Sea, or we're all going to get wet. We can't back up. I need everybody's help here, okay? On 3, I need everyone to yell, part the waters, okay? Even the cool people. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3! Part the water!
Nope.
Thank you, cool people! Hey, look! It worked! It's a miracle!
下水了呀！啥都知道了，你看到了？你不害怕呀？这有啥害怕的？谁抢了你呀？
Guys, over here to the right, these are actual toys. Pretty neat, huh? Okay, I think we're about ready to roll. Take a look to the left here, guys. You're going to see that miniature model. Again, this is what it looks like in the film. This is what it looked like when they were filming here. In fact, you'll see it looks pretty real until that duck's watch this. Hey, get out of there. That's a giant duck. Guys, on the left here, you're going to see some big satellite dishes. These are going to be for NBC News West Coast Division. They're moving here to Universal Studios. And there's the prop department I was telling you about earlier on the left. Also on the left is a really cool set called Little Europe. We can make this set look like any European town or village just by changing the language of the buildings. And folks, I'm going to have to go off the microphone. Up ahead, they are filming Home and Family. It airs on the Hallmark Channel weekday mornings. You'll see the house coming up on your left. Just right up on that. This is page 50. It's our subway station set. Look at all the props they brought in here to make this look like a subway station. Look on the right here. There's turnstiles, advertisement signs, benches. On the left, there's paper machines, pay telephones. Whoa, whoa. Hold on. That was a sticker. They get these in California. That's it. Hey, that was more than a curtain. Everybody, remain seated. We've got an earthquake. We got ceiling is cracking. Hey, we got him back there.
Oh no!
Hold on, everybody. This is a big one. Uh-oh, guys, I hear a subway train coming out of the station. It's going to crash into the ceiling. Is it all over? Folks, I think it's all over. Oh no, look out on the road! Hey, we survived earthquake! By the way, folks, Stage 50 was featured in an episode of Bones. Anybody want Bones? In this episode, there was an earthquake in Washington, D.C.
这应该是旧的吧？这应该记得。没有，以前都没有。这边全部都没看过。你们全部都没看过。
Well, Guys, we're not out of danger yet. Look what's coming up. Amity Island. This is the town that was terrorized by the great white shark.
Nice.
In Jaws. The big shark is still out here. We can't catch him. He's 30 feet long. We caught this shark yesterday, but he's too small. It's the wrong one. Oh, there he is, right over there, guys. Oh no, there's a diver out there. The diver needs to get him. I think it's too late. This is horrible. Oh, geez, my guts to work on it. Oh, there they are. We're going to take cover up ahead behind these flammable gases. Should be I think he's over the pier. And we survived an attack by a great white shark. Hey, look at this, we have the only shark in the world that can swim backwards. I know, he looks fake from here, but believe it or not, this shark is more reliable than they actually use for filming Jaws. Here's director Steven Spielberg. He's going to tell you about the problems they had with their mechanical shark.
That's a much maligned shark. The shark was frustrating. It didn't really work all the time. It didn't work hardly at all.
Wherever you were on the island, you could hear the radio waves. They were always saying, "The shark is not working." Repeat, "The shark is not working."
We just waited around. We just waited and waited and waited. The shark worked well enough. For a while there, I had the biggest hit of all time. So I really owe the shark a lot.
By the way, the shark's name is Bruce. He was named after Steven Spielberg's lawyer. That's a true story, too. His name is Bruce Raymer. Hey, did you guys see Finding Nemo?
Yes.
Did you notice? They named their great white shark Bruce, too. Little trivia for you. Hey, guys, coming up on the right, here's a really cool old house. Right now, they're filming the new TV series here about a boy, starring Minnie Driver. It's being directed by Jon Favreau. That is a real house. We can film outside and inside the house. You're going to see a lot of famous houses up ahead. We'll be turning left onto Wisteria Lane. At least that's what it was for Desperate Housewives. Right now we call it Colonial Street. Now, Colonial Street is a cul-de-sac. We're going to drive you to the end, then we're going to turn around and drive you down the other side of the street. No matter what side you're sitting on, you'll get to see both sides of Colonial Street. Or Wisteria Lane.
If there is one thing everyone in suburbia can appreciate, it's a good neighbor.
Here's Gabriella the Cook. Her house is on the left, that beige house. Susan's house is coming up on your left, the yellow house.
What the heck? Let's move that!
In the clip, you'll see Susan coming out of her house. There she is. Oh, now here's Bree. Her house is on the right side. Lynette's house is on the left. Mrs. McCluskey's house is on the right, the blue house. Now we're going to turn around, we're going to drive you down the other side of the street. As we turn on the right, there's a little brown house here. It was pink for Desperate Housewives. That's where Renee lived, played by Vanessa Williams. That's also where Edie lived. Poor Edie passed away on the show. Here's our tribute to Edie Britt.
Next morning, Edie Britt decided to announce her return to Wisteria Lane.
Here's Lynette in front of her house. It's on the right. And you'll see it was green in the show. They changed the color to a light green.
Okay, you're not going to believe this, but she's back.
Edie, is that really you? You know someone else my age with a body like this?
Well, what happened to your tenant? He came into some money and decided to move. We thought, what the heck? Let's move back. We? Oh, you don't know. I have a husband now.
Really? Whose?
If you look at the windows of those houses, you want to notice they're also practical sets. We can film outside and inside the houses. And we want to show all of you another very famous neighborhood. We're going to drive all of you right through Whoville from Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Now on our way up to Whoville, to tell you about some of the challenges with that production, here's the director of Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Mr. Ron Howard.
It's challenging because the logistics were challenging. We had 11 stages occupied at one time on the Universal lot. One of them was just for putting Who's into their makeup every day. And so I felt like it was one of those extravaganzas from the 30s or 40s. Sets that were inspired by Dr. Seuss, brought to life, made functional enough that, you know, we could shoot on them, actors could climb on them, people could do flips off them. It makes me so proud that it's become this kind of evergreen, and that every Christmas it rolls around and it means something to a lot of kids.
See, here's Whoville to the left. It'll be on the right after we make our U-turn. And welcome to Whoville, everybody.
Mr. Grinch.
You're as cuddly as a cat. You're as charming as a cat.
You're a bad banana with a greasy black beard.
Around this corner, it's not a friendly neighborhood. You're going to see the Bates Motel from Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho. And look, you can even see the Psycho house in the background. Ooh, look, there's Norman peeking out of the window over there. That guy's crazy. He killed his mother. He keeps her body up in the house. Let's go take a closer look.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
As we drive by the house, look in the top window. You'll see Norman's dead mother still up
So sad.
And just up ahead, there's another disturbing scene. This is the airplane crash site set from Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds, starring Tom Cruise. This is all that remains of the neighborhood after the Martians attacked. On your left, that's a real plane. It was destroyed just for this scene. Now, folks, we're going to stop the tram here. Feel free to stand up, move around, get some pictures. Now, this set is a great example of the job of the production designer. For War of the Worlds, the production designer was Rick Carter. Here's Rick Carter and Steven Spielberg. They're going to tell you more about this set.
The airplane crash site is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around a vision that Steven had.
Again, to sit down to talk about War of the Worlds, I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Listen to me. Listen, listen, I want you to close your eyes, okay? Now I'm closed. Robbie, get in. Get in.
And just around this corner, guys, we're going to show you another very big set. It's called Falls Lake. You'll see it on the right as we make our turn here. It's a big blue rectangle. It'll be on the left after the U-turn. That's the world's largest standing backdrop. We call it Falls Lake because we fill in the front area with water. Then we can paint white clouds and other backgrounds on the blue background. Sometimes we can remove the blue background and replace it with a computer background. With a close-up from the front with the water in there, we can make this look like an entire ocean. Here it is in Jaws the Revenge. This was filmed just here left. Coming up, you'll see the Hulk without water. And we actually painted this sunset on the blue backdrop. A cow was added in digitally with a computer. Now this is what it looked like when they were filming Jurassic Park out here at Falls Lake. This is Charlie's Angels. You'll see Lucy Lou's trailer all shot up with bullets. That's Jurassic Park again. This is an episode of Crossing Jordan. This is Jim Carrey and Bruce Almighty. You'll see how they remove this green background and replace it with a computer background. With he and Morgan Freeman. And that's how it looks in the final film. And speaking of finales, we are about ready to conclude the Universal Studio Tour. Everybody, make sure you have your belongings with you. Annual pass holders, it was good seeing you again today. If you're not an annual pass member, find out how you can become one by visiting the Universal box office at Universal Plaza, right across from Shrek 4D. There, you can upgrade today's ticket into an annual pass and come back all year long. Hey, how about a big round of applause for our driver, Bill?